Well, it's getting pretty wild out there, wouldn't you agree? The division between men and women is getting wider and wider. The wedge between us is getting wider and wider apart. The world seems to be in total emotional chaos at the moment. And I would put it down to a very low levels of dopamine, serotonin and endorphins in people's systems. And why is that? Because everywhere we look, there's a dopamine hit everywhere we look. This matrix is set up with every temptation to go to just to avoid yourself. Everything's running away from yourself. And what's the world going to look like if everyone's doing that? Have you considered that? Have you considered the responsibility you have to hold up the grid and keep your light alive? You know, they talk about how narcissism's on the rise. And I'd say it is. This selfishness is on the rise, or this narcissism, or whatever you want to call it, is because everyone's just doing what everyone else is doing. No one's putting in any effort. Why put in effort? You just run to an addiction. I mentioned in one of my other videos how a lot of us got kids. We really want to leave this world to our kids, the way things are. Yeah, it's difficult because there's a temptation everywhere we look. At what cost? At what cost are we reaching to temptations to our own divine selves? And you think about it, this division between men and women, where's it going to leave our kids if we can't even be an example for them? And it's everywhere. The messaging is everywhere. Even in younger people, hating the opposite sex. How is that even a thing? How can we hate each other? Without each other, we're nothing. We're screwed. And then everyone's wondering why this LGBT programming is getting so big, because they want us unisexual. They want one sex. One. And you're all buying it hook, line and sinker, whether you know it or not. Because you're not respecting the opposite sex. And there's just so much shit out there. Everyone's suffering. Again, can you tap into your compassion and empathy for others go through, the other sex goes through? So we're lacking this empathy and compassion. Do you know what that means without empathy and compassion? No empathy and no compassion equal narcissism. Is that where we're all going? So much irresponsible messaging out there. And hatred, absolute hatred for the opposite sex. It's insane.